Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Mackey Motors post-game show here on Kick 106.7. Head coach Mark Schaefer with the South Central Calhoun Titans joining us here as they fall at Ridgeview 3-0 in the season opener. Coach, you and I talked. You told me before the match the young kids pretty nervous. You tried to calm them down. You could tell in that first set the nerves were there. I think you could tell in sets 2 and 3 the potential this team has and how good you guys can be before the season's over. They settled in, started to play against the veteran ball club, had chances in sets 2 and 3 late to win. What did you see here tonight?
Well, I saw our young kids were very nervous at the beginning. You know, it didn't help that the coach screwed up the lineup and didn't put his middles opposite of each other. I was doing those. I did all that stuff ahead of time, you know, and I thought, man, I've done that in the past. Yeah. And I'm just like, I've got this baby down. And I took it when I was got everything planned out, and I still screwed it up. So it didn't help that we got young players and then a veteran coach that screws it up. So not a good combination, but I was glad the way, you know, because I just told them, guys, I said, that's my bad, you know, and it's like, I liked how they started to change the momentum a little bit at the end of that set 1. They didn't just roll over and play dead. They got a little bit of a momentum switch. I knew we weren't going to be able to come back in that game. We were down so much, you know, but they did a good job of changing the momentum, you know, and then the kids started to settle in, you know, so they're, like I said, they're very young, but I'm glad, you know, they're starting to, you know, go after it the way that they're capable of doing.
Riley and I were chatting. She talked about how that you guys really want to focus and kind of get the middles going this year to take some pressure off your outsides and even off of the right side, maybe get some one-on-one matchups there. How did you see 2 young middles kind of develop as this match went on tonight? Yeah,
I was glad at the end they started to get in there. I think everybody was like, don't give me the ball, don't give me the ball. It was like a COVID ball. Don't throw it, don't give it to me, you know. But I think they did a good job at the end, you know, and if we can get nothing more out of this match, then it's like, yeah, get in there, girls, just get in there, make yourself available, you know, and they got some hits down, so I'm glad that they did that, you know, so that's all. We just needed to get this first match, and you got obviously a very quality team with Ridgeview right out of the chute, you know, and so, you know, I was happy the way they were playing at the end. I was kind of hoping we could get over the hump, you know, but they, you know, they gave it their all, and I'm pretty proud of them.
JC Gravy, a freshman, starting at setter. Setters always have to be leaders. It's a freshman. There's going to be nerves. I was impressed with her tonight, though. I thought in the first set, I mentioned it going into set 2. I'm like, man, if you're a setter and you're setting behind the 10-foot line all night, and a lot of times it's at the middle of the floor or over on the left, there's not many options. As the passing got a little better, you started to see, I think, the ability she has.
Right. As our set, and that's all I was telling our girls. I just said, focus on that first ball over the net. You know, because I think sometimes people are looking at the entire game, oh my gosh, you know, and they're getting all, you know, wound up in that. And I'm like, the game comes down to pretty easy. It's pass and serve. Pass and serve. If you can do those 2 things, you're going to be in every game. You know, so as our girls started to get the ball up to that, up to the area where our middle hitters could make a difference, you know, they were getting in there at the end, you know, and you know, starting to do what we want to do. We got to get that established before we're going to be able to do anything on the outside. Otherwise, they're going to load everybody on the outside and just wait for those guys to come.
And you mentioned the pass. That's probably an area tonight where you probably kind of walking away going, okay, we need to work on that a little bit in practice, I imagine.
Yeah, and when we played the scrimmage on Saturday, that was our best thing. It's like, and then yesterday in practice, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like we didn't pass very well at practice yesterday. So I thought, well, sometimes that's a good omen. They don't do very well at practice, and then they usually do better at the games. But yeah, I think everybody was a little bit nervous tonight. You know, even our girls that are upperclassmen, you know, haven't played a lot, you know. So in a way, it's like they're still kind of rookies in a way too, even though they're juniors, those girls, you know. So yeah, I think they got some of the jitters out, hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I tell you what, I appreciate you coming up. Fun to get a chance to cover a team that you coach. I've known you for 18 years now, so fun to kind of get to see you in a different work, you know, rather than up on the up ladder or, you know, the down official here at a volleyball game.
Yep. I hope I didn't embarrass anybody. I tried to keep it under control.
Mark Schaefer, the head coach for the South Central Calhoun Titans, joining us here in the postgame. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for covering us. We appreciate it.
You bet.